The glass doors burst open just as the auctioneer lifted the gavel. Going once. Stop. Every head in the room turned. He froze. The CEO, Daniel Cole, stood mid-step, his champagne glass trembling slightly in his hand. The entire hall of investors, executives, and media slowly shifted their gaze toward the woman walking in like she owned the air itself. She didn't rush.
She didn't hesitate.
Her heels clicked against the marble floor, each step deliberate, controlled. Her presence cut through the room sharper than any announcement. Daniel's voice cracked before he could stop it. What are you doing here? She stopped just a few feet away from him.
Calm. Composed.
Dangerous. You built your empire on my silence, she said softly, but the microphone picked it up anyway, echoing across the hall. Tonight, I'm here to collect what you owe. A murmur rippled through the crowd. The auctioneer blinked. Ma'am, this is a private. It won't be for long, she replied, not even looking at him. Daniel swallowed hard. This is not the place, Clara. Clara smiled slightly, the kind of smile that didn't ask for permission. Oh, it is exactly the place. The gavel never came down. And just like that, everything began to unravel. 3 years earlier, Daniel didn't look like a CEO back then. He looked tired, frustrated,
desperate.
This is the last investor, he muttered, pacing the small living room. If this fails, we're done. Clara sat on the couch, watching him with steady eyes. Then it won't fail.
He stopped.
You don't understand, Clara. We've already used your savings, my loans are maxed out, and the prototype barely works. It works enough. That's not good enough in this world. She stood, walking up to him slowly. Daniel. He exhaled sharply, running his hand through his hair. I'm tired of failing. You're not failing, she said, her voice firm. You're learning how to win. He gave a bitter laugh. That sounds nice, but it doesn't pay bills. She reached into her bag and pulled out an envelope. He frowned. What's that? My backup. Backup for what? She placed it in his hand.
For you.
He opened it. His eyes widened. Clara, this is everything you have. Yes. You can't be serious. I am. No, this is too much. I can't take this. You're not taking it, she said quietly. We're investing it. He stared at her. What if I fail?
She didn't hesitate.
Then we fail together. Something in his expression softened. Why are you doing this? He asked. Because I believe in you, she replied. Even when you don't. That was the moment everything changed. Months later, the company started moving. Small wins at first, then bigger ones, then everything. Daniel stood in front of a massive office window, overlooking the city skyline. We did it, he said, almost in disbelief. Clara smiled behind him.
No.
You did it.
He turned.
No, we did it.
Don't start that.
She laughed lightly.
Fine.
We did it. The phone rang. Then another. Emails flooded in. Investors. Partnerships.
Press.
Daniel's name started appearing everywhere. But slowly, Clara's disappeared. You're not coming, she asked one evening, adjusting her dress. Daniel didn't look up from his laptop. I can't. Big meeting tomorrow. You said that yesterday. And it was true yesterday, too. She paused. It's our anniversary.
He sighed.
Clara, please don't do this tonight. I'm not doing anything. I just thought. You thought wrong. Silence. She nodded slowly. Okay. He didn't notice when she left the room. He didn't notice when she stopped trying. He only noticed success. And success came with new people. New attention. New temptations. You're too serious, Vanessa said, laughing as she leaned closer to him at a rooftop party. I run a company, Daniel replied. I have to be. Or maybe you just need better company. He smirked. And you're offering? Maybe I am. He hesitated. Just for a second. Then he didn't. Late nights became routine. Excuses became easier. Clara watched it happen piece by piece. Who is she? Clara asked one night, her voice calm but heavy. Daniel froze. What are you talking about? Don't insult me. He exhaled. It's not what you think. Then what is it? Silence. That was her answer. She nodded slowly. I see. It's complicated. No, she said softly. It's actually very simple. He looked away. I stood by you when you had nothing, she continued. I believed in you when no one else did. I know. And now that you have everything, I'm suddenly not enough? That's not fair. Fair? She let out a quiet laugh. You want to talk about fair? Clara calmed down.
I am calm, she said.
That's the problem. I'm too calm to keep pretending this is okay. He rubbed his temples. What do you want from me? She looked at him for a long moment. Then she said the one thing he didn't expect. Nothing. Weeks later, the papers were filed. Are you sure about this? The lawyer asked. Daniel didn't hesitate. Yes. Clara signed quietly. No fight, no drama, just silence. You'll regret this, someone whispered to Daniel at the office. He laughed it off. I doubt it. Clara walked out with a small suitcase and even smaller recognition. No one mentioned her contributions. No one acknowledged her sacrifice. She disappeared. Or so he thought. The first few months were brutal. Clara sat in a small apartment, staring at a blank notebook. You gave him everything, her friend said over the phone. And he gave you nothing. Clara shook her head. That's not true. What did he give you then? She paused. Experience, she said finally. Her friend scoffed. That's not enough. It will be. She picked up a pen and started again. You're starting a business? The bank officer asked, skeptical. Yes. With what collateral? My knowledge. That's not how this works. It will be. Rejections came.
Doors closed.
People doubted her. But something had changed. She didn't need belief anymore. She had certainty. Late nights returned. But this time they were hers. Mistakes happened. Lessons followed. Slowly, things started moving. This is impressive, an investor admitted, flipping through her proposal. Clara nodded. It's only the beginning. Meanwhile, Daniel's empire began to crack. Sir, we're losing clients. That's impossible. It's not. Competitors are offering better solutions.
Who?
The assistant hesitated. A new company. Daniel scoffed. Another startup trying to play big. They're not small anymore. What's the name? The assistant looked at him carefully. Carter Innovations. Daniel froze. Who's running it? He asked slowly. Clara Carter. Silence filled the room. That's not possible, he muttered. But it was. And she was just getting started. If you've made it this far, Clara's voice echoed back in the present, breaking the tension in the auction hall, then you already know this isn't just business. Daniel stepped closer. What do you want? She met his eyes. Accountability. You're trying to destroy me. No, she said calmly. You did that yourself. The auctioneer cleared his throat nervously. We need to proceed. Yes, Clara said. Let's proceed. She raised her hand slightly. I'd like to place a bid. Daniel's expression darkened. Clara. She cut him off. Everything you built, every deal you made, every shortcut you took. I know all of it. The room buzzed louder. You're bluffing, he said. Am I? She stepped closer. Who do you think wrote your first business model? She whispered. Who stayed up fixing your numbers? Who convinced your first investor? He didn't answer. You forgot, she continued. But I didn't. The auctioneer spoke again. Do you have the funds to place a bid, ma'am? Clara smiled. More than enough. Hands went up.
Phones came out.
The tension became electric. Daniel clenched his jaw. You think this is revenge? She tilted her head slightly.
No.
This is balance. Bids started flying. Numbers climbed. Daniel tried to keep up. But something was off. Sir, his assistant whispered urgently. We're running out of liquidity.
What?
We can't match her next bid. That's impossible. It's not. Clara watched him quietly. For the first time, he looked exactly like he did years ago.
Desperate. Lost.
Uncertain. The gavel lifted again. Going once. Daniel stepped forward. Clara, wait. She didn't move. Let's talk about this. We're talking. You're going too far. Am I? She asked. Or are you just not used to losing? He swallowed hard. What do you want me to say? The truth. He hesitated. Then finally, I was wrong. The room went silent. I took you for granted, he admitted. I thought I didn't need you anymore. Clara's expression didn't change. And now, she asked. Now I see I was an idiot. A long pause.
Too late, she said.
The gavel dropped. Sold. The room erupted. Just like that, it was over. Daniel stood there, frozen. Clara turned to leave. Clara, he called out. She stopped but didn't turn. I'm sorry. She closed her eyes briefly. Then opened them again. Stronger. I know, she said. And walked away. She didn't look back. Because she didn't need to. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you like the video, drop a comment telling us what you would have done in Clara's place, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Because sometimes, the person you underestimate is the one who rewrites the ending.